Yo, welcome back to Cartoon Mania. Today we'll cover the first 2 seasons of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 in detail. So kick back, grab Michelangelo's favorite slice of pizza, and enjoy.
1, 2, 3, 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
The Turtles face an attack by destructive robots known as Mousers in their lair, causing a separation. As they reunite, they encounter the Purple Dragon's gang during a robbery, resulting in Raphael getting trapped in their truck. The Turtles eventually rescue him, but face a horde of mysterious ninjas and flee in the stolen armored truck. Meanwhile, Splinter discovers a mysterious glowing doorway in the sewers and reveals a new home in an abandoned chamber. On another front, the Purple Dragon's leader meets a sinister fate at the hands of an enigmatic boss linked to a dojo bearing the Foot logo, hinting at an unfolding mystery. The Turtles adapt to their new lair, the Turtle Cave, as they recover items from their old one. Meanwhile, they learn about the Stocktronics Mousers, similar to the ones that attacked their previous home, and suspect something sinister. April, working at Stocktronics, becomes suspicious of her boss Baxter Stockman and investigates a hidden facility beneath the company. There, she discovers an army of Mousers being produced and realizes Stockman's dangerous intentions. As she attempts to gather evidence, Stockman confronts her and sends Mousers after her. April narrowly escapes into the sewers, where she encounters the Turtles, who come to her aid and defeat the Mousers. After April wakes up in the Turtles' lair, she recounts her experience with the Mousers and Baxter Stockman. The Turtles decide to investigate Stocktronics and the Mouser threat. With April's help, they infiltrate the lab and confront Stockman. A battle ensues, and though they capture Stockman momentarily, he activates a program that sends an army of Mousers after them. With April's quick think, they narrowly escape by triggering a self-destruct sequence. Meanwhile, Stockman faces Oroku Saki's enforcer, Hun, and presents a thermal image of Turtles to Saki, who becomes intrigued and concerned about this new challenge. Meanwhile, Casey Jones, a muscular man, watches the news about city crime and remembers a traumatic encounter with the Purple Dragons in his childhood, motivating his mission to stop them. In another part of the city, he rescues a woman from Purple Dragon thugs with escalating violence, observed by Raphael. An altercation between Raph and Casey leads to a confrontation. Later, at the Turtles' lair, they discover a hidden chamber and decide to confront Casey.
Oh, I can't believe I just got my butt kicked by some giant frog! Turtle.
Ultimately teaming up after learning of his vendetta against the Purple Dragons due to his father's store being destroyed by them. Together, they defeat the gang, and Casey becomes an ally to the Turtles, engaging in a friendly face-off with Raphael. The Turtles investigate a power outage, leading them to a confrontation with Foot Ninja attempting to steal a mysterious sword from a museum. The Foot escapes with the sword, and the Turtles recover a Foot insignia. Splinter recognizes it but keeps its meaning a secret. Meanwhile, Oroku Saki, their enemy, receives the sword, and it's revealed to have powerful properties. Another power outage leads them to discover a device powered by the sword. A confrontation with Foot Ninja ensues, but the device malfunctions. The Turtles retrieve the sword and return it to the lair, where Splinter deems it must remain safe. Saki identifies the Turtles as his adversaries and vows to eliminate them. In Oroku Saki's palace, he's frustrated with the Turtles thwarting his plans and orders Hun and Stockman to deal with them. Meanwhile, Raphael and Casey confront vandals, leading to an ambush by invisible Foot Tech ninjas who capture Raphael. The Turtles, equipped with new Turtle Vision goggles, rescue him and defeat the ninjas. On the other hand, mysterious figures called the Guardians watch and await more information about the Turtles before taking action. Leonardo, responding to an invitation from Oroku Saki, who is actually the Shredder, visits a warehouse where he is ambushed by Foot Ninjas but defeats them swiftly. Shredder proposes an alliance to combat a greater evil and asks Leonardo to consider the offer overnight. Returning to the lair, Leonardo faces his skeptical brothers, leading to a heated argument and a brief skirmish. He consults Splinter, who shares his history and emphasizes the Shredder's malevolence. The Turtles reject the Shredder's alliance offer the next day, leading to a battle against the Foot Ninja. After defeating them, Hunt arrives and poses a formidable challenge until Leonardo dispatches him. The Shredder arrives with more Foot Ninjas, declaring the Turtles as enemies to be crushed for their refusal to join him. The Turtles and Splinter are separated while facing the relentless pursuit of the Foot Clan. They finally reunite and decide to confront the Shredder once and for all. A climactic rooftop battle unfolds where they initially overpower the Foot Soldiers, but Shredder proves formidable. Ultimately, Splinter intervenes, ingeniously causing the Shredder's own downfall, seemingly defeating him. However, Shredder's potential return is hinted at, leaving the Turtles cautious about their assumed victory.
Ninja Turtles!
While exploring their new lair and studying mysterious crystals, the turtles inadvertently awaken a force from deep within the earth. Following a trail of strange tracks and melted rock, they venture into an abandoned subway tunnel, uncovering an old laboratory. As they navigate through, they discover genetic experiments conducted by the Foot Clan under Shredder's orders. Their exploration takes a dangerous turn when they encounter mutated creatures, and after further revelations about the creatures' origin and their creator's intentions, the turtles find themselves trapped and confronted by the very monsters they sought to evade. The turtles find themselves in a battle with 3 powerful mutant monsters. During the fight, Leo saves one of the monsters, Quarry, from certain death, which leads to a ceasefire, and Quarry introduces itself along with the other mutants, Razorfist and Stonebiter. They reveal their tragic origin as unwilling participants in Shredder's experiments and their shared fear of other insane mutant monsters lurking deeper underground. Afterward, the group journeys deeper into the tunnels, discovering enigmatic symbols and confronting an ominous sealed door. Suddenly, Donatello disappears, leaving his comrades stunned and facing imminent danger from the approaching crazed mutants. The turtles confront the mutant monsters. Mysterious orbs of light begin to envelop their adversaries, causing them to vanish. As the turtles continue, they stumble upon a city with a towering structure adorned with glowing crystals on the cavern roof. As they explore, the group's members mysteriously disappear one by one, and Michelangelo ventures into the city's tower alone. Inside, he finds the mutant monsters encased in crystal, controlled by a powerful entity. His brothers join him, and the entity offers them a chance to stay and repopulate the city, but attacks when they decline. In a daring move, Michelangelo defeats the entity, returning the mutants to their human forms. Yet, they learn that the crystals are the key to maintaining their humanity, forcing them to remain underground. With a promise to find a solution, they leave the city and find refuge with April, as the Foot Clan continues its search for them. Leonardo heads out for his daily training, but is pursued by a relentless horde of foot soldiers. Amid the thunderstorm, he battles through increasingly skilled adversaries, including the Foot Tech Ninja and the fearsome Hun. Back at April's place, the rest of the turtles and April get increasingly concerned about Leonardo's prolonged absence. While Leonardo fights for his life, his brothers and Splinter worry about him, with Raphael itching to go search for him. Leo's battle culminates in a fierce encounter with the Foot Elite Guard, but their mysterious disappearance leaves him battered and defeated. He returns home to reveal the shocking news that the Shredder has returned, leaving his family and friends stunned on a stormy rooftop. Leonardo, seriously injured, is tended to by April as the Foot Clan surrounds April's apartment. They make a desperate attempt to escape through the antique shop, but they're ambushed by the Foot Elite Guards. Hun arrives and menaces April and Leonardo, but Casey Jones intervenes. A battle ensues, but the heroes are outnumbered and police backup is on the way. As the situation worsens, they retreat into a walk-in cooler. However, before leaving, Shredder sets up an explosive trap that seemingly engulfs April's shop in flames. The Guardians observe from a nearby rooftop and report to their council that the turtles appear to be destroyed, leading the council to accelerate their plan. The turtles, Splinter, April, and Casey escape the burning building, with Leonardo seriously injured. They head to Casey's grandmother's farm in Massachusetts to hide, as Leo remains in a coma. Meanwhile, in New York, Stockman creates fake evidence and deceives Shredder, claiming the turtles perished in the fire. On the farm, Leo wakes up from his coma, and in New York, Shredder eagerly anticipates the delivery of the mysterious exoskeleton. However, Stockman relishes his deceptive victory and prepares to study the suit for his own purposes, setting the stage for future confrontations. After 3 months of recuperation, the turtles and their allies return to their lair and decide to play dead to plan an offensive against the Shredder. The turtles infiltrate the Foot headquarters, finding themselves in a genetics lab filled with tanks containing strange creatures. As they investigate, an alarm sounds and the tanks open, releasing 3 bizarre-looking Shredder clones that advance menacingly toward the turtles. After facing the clones and navigating traps, the gang reaches a foggy chamber with elemental statues that come to life. Thanks to Splinter's use of the Sword of Tengu, they defeat the Foot Mystics and head towards Shredder's throne room. Confronted by the Elite Guard and Hun, the turtles prepare for a showdown. Shredder appears, but their battle is interrupted by Stockman, now in a powerful exosuit. Stockman reveals his intent to take revenge on both Shredder and the turtles, setting the stage for a climactic confrontation. Amidst the battle against Stockman, the turtles, Splinter, Shredder, Hun, and the Foot Clan join forces to fight their common enemy. Despite various attempts to defeat Stockman, his backup power and resilience pose a challenge. Leonardo saves Splinter from falling to his death and rejoins the battle with the Sword of Tengu. aided by the Guardians against Shredder and his forces. The Turtles disarm Shredder of the sword, but he remains a formidable foe until they finally defeat him. As they use the sword to disable the building's technology, it explodes, forcing them to flee in a foot helicopter. In the chaos, Splinter mysteriously disappears, leaving only his walking stick behind. Unbeknownst to them, the headless Shredder's body moves away from the rooftop, raising questions about his fate. The Turtles, desperate to find Master Splinter, conduct a city-wide search while coming up with a plan to lure a Guardian for information. After successfully duping a Guardian into revealing a location, they trace him to the TCRI building, suspecting it's connected to their origins and Splinter's disappearance. They devise a diversion involving Casey to aid April's infiltration of the building's security room. April guides them through the facility's defenses, but when Mikey triggers a booby-trapped vent, he and Donatello end up falling from the building, leaving their fates uncertain. After discovering a hidden entrance into the TCRI building, the Turtles split into two teams. While Mikey and Don ride an elevator to the lower levels, Raph and Leo follow TCRI agents through a holographic wall. Mikey and Don find themselves in a bizarre decontamination chamber, witnessing the Utroms inside their humanoid exosuits. Meanwhile, Raph and Leo engage in a battle with Utrom guards. The two teams reunite, discovering a lab with Splinter suspended in a stasis tank. As they attempt to rescue him, they are confronted by more Utrom guards. In the ensuing fight, Donatello is injured and the Turtles are inadvertently transported away by a mysterious machine, leaving Mr. Mortu and the Utroms shocked by their sudden disappearance. After their unexpected arrival on the planet Dihunib, the Turtles are amidst the battle between the Fugitoid and Federation soldiers led by General Blank. Following a narrow path, they take refuge in Peblak's sewers, where they encounter a group of rat-like beings led by a turtle-like sensei. It must be some kind of a mirror dimension. The Fugitoid reveals his origin as Professor Honeycutt, a scientist whose mind was transferred into a robot's body after a lightning strike. Meanwhile, General Blank becomes determined to capture the Fugitoid and obtain the teleportal device's plans. As the gang continues to evade capture, Lone, a trusted AD to General Blank, secretly makes a deal with the Federation's enemies in exchange for information about the teleportal device. On the run, the Turtles and the Fugitoid seek refuge in a rowdy bar, but the Fugitoid is captured, prompting the Turtles to launch a daring rescue mission in a makeshift air car. They manage to evade pursuing Triceraton forces but crash land. Luckily, Donatello's tracker leads them to a Triceraton base under Federation attack, which they infiltrate only to discover it's a spaceship. As the ship takes off into space, a hull breach endangers their lives, but they block the hole and hurtle through space with an uncertain destination, leaving their fate hanging in the balance. The Fugitoid is brought before Commander Mozart, who demands that the Fugitoid build the teleportal device. Meanwhile, the Turtles are discovered by a cleanup crew on the spaceship, where they struggle to breathe due to the different atmospheric composition. They are eventually given atmospheric converters and are taken to a Triceraton prison. Inside, they plan their escape with the help of a homemade smoke bomb. They manage to get the remote control keycard and free themselves. But when they attempt to escape the prison, they are caught by Triceraton guards and taken to an arena where they face a gigantic purple monster. In the arena, the Turtles face off against the Spasmosaur in a tough battle and narrowly escape its clutches. Meanwhile, Fugitoid continues his refusal to build the teleportal for the Triceratons despite their threats. Back in the arena, the Turtles earn the respect of their fellow gladiators through their teamwork and ninja skills. Traximus, a Triceraton gladiator, befriends the Turtles and shares his meal with them. As General Blank's Federation battle fleet heads to attack the Triceratons, the Turtles find themselves once again in the arena, where their fellow gladiators choose not to fight them. The episode concludes with the Turtles holding Prime Leader Zanramon captive while surrounded by Triceraton soldiers. Zanramon takes the Turtles to the Fugitoid's lab, where they work to build the teleportal. Leonardo attempts to negotiate a peace agreement between Blank and Mozart, but both sides secretly prepare for an attack. Meanwhile, the teleportal is completed just as the battle between the two fleets erupts around them. Leo and Michelangelo enter the teleportal with the others to test it, but find it malfunctioning. As their cruiser is destroyed, they retreat into the teleportal chamber. With the teleportal failing, the Fugitoid urges Leonardo to keep his promise and destroy him, but Leo hesitates. Just as he is about to press the button, a mysterious glowing light envelops the area, causing everyone, including the soldiers, to disintegrate and teleport away. The Turtles and the Fugitoid materialize at TCRI, where a confrontation erupts between Federation troopers and Triceraton warriors over the Fugitoid. Utrum guards intervene, freezing the soldiers in stasis fields. Master Splinter appears with Guardians and introduces the turtles to his friends Mr. Mortu. Mr. Mortu then reveals his true Utrum form, signaling an end to secrecy. Outside, a spidery robot carrying Stockman's head approaches the building. Mortu leads the turtles to pods to learn about the Utrum's history. In a VR sequence, the turtles witness the Utrum's past, including a crash landing on Earth. After the crash, they find themselves in feudal Japan. The turtles observe the Utrum's adaptation to Earth and encounter an evil virtual shredder manipulated by Stockman. Stockman's actions affect the real world, causing Mikey to be critically injured. Outside the pods, Mortu and Fugitoid notice the danger as the turtles face off against the virtual foot ninjas. Outside, the building is attacked by the National Guard while Stockman manipulates its defenses. In the virtual realm, the turtles help defend a feudal Japanese village where they encounter Guardians and eventually establish contact with the Utrums. Baxter Stockman gains access to the TCRI computer and helps Shredder enter the building. In the virtual world, the turtles reunite with Mikey and are joined by Master Splinter. The Guardians introduce them to Utrum Captain Mortu. However, Shredder appears wielding the Sword of Tengu, leading to a battle. With Splinter's guidance, Leonardo uses his mind to manipulate the virtual reality and defeats Shredder. Mortu gives the turtles a reset device, and they return to the real world just as they face the present-day Shredder, Hun, Stockman, and the Foot Ninjas, leaving them cornered and shocked. In a battle against Shredder, the turtles and Utrums work together to stop his plans. Shredder escapes to the TCRI building, planning to destroy it. Inside, a bomb is set to implode the facility. The turtles and their allies try to evacuate while Shredder and his forces attack. Donatello uses the Transmat to teleport the Utrums to safety. Shredder is defeated but reveals his true Utrum form. With seconds left, the building implodes, seemingly taking Shredder with it. However, he survives and confronts the turtles in the Transmat chamber. As the building implodes, the turtles and Splinter are teleported away, leaving Shredder seemingly destroyed. They reunite with April, Casey, and Fugitoid outside, ready to share their story. At night, Leonardo and Raphael stumble upon a gang meeting with mysterious figures, one of whom is an elite guard from the Foot Clan. A fight ensues, but the police arrive to break it up. Meanwhile, in Japan, a ninja named Karai learns of the chaos in New York City and prepares to travel there. Back at the Turtles, Leonardo is troubled by the escalating gang violence and the innocent people caught in the crossfire. Despite Splinter's advice to stay out of it, Leonardo discovers a Foot Clan operation and unsuccessfully attempts to defuse a bomb. His brothers follow him and confront the Foot Clan. Baxter Stockman, now in an exosuit, unleashes an assault robot during the Turtles' showdown with the Foot Clan. Leonardo successfully disables the robot but triggers Stockman's backup plan, resulting in the warehouse collapsing on the Turtles. After surviving the explosion, the Turtles argue as the assault robot emerges. The robot causes chaos and Leonardo rushes to save a man from a crashed bus before rejoining the fight. Karai, the ninja from Japan, watches a video of Leonardo and arrives in New York. In the Purple Dragon's headquarters, Hun reclaims leadership, intending to elevate the gang's status. The Turtles battle the robots and Foot Clan, narrowly escaping danger. Michelangelo seeks help from April and Casey. As the Turtles regroup on a water tower, an explosive device planted by Karai's aide goes off, leading to a confrontation between them and Karai's team. In the ensuing fight, Karai gains the upper hand, ending with Karai threatening Leonardo's life to make the Turtles listen. Karai forces the Turtles and Casey to disarm, leading to Raph storming off while Casey decides to stay and help. In her Shredder disguise, Karai reveals her mission to the warring factions and persuades the Turtles, Casey, and her assistants to work together. A confrontation among the mobsters, Purple Dragons, and Foot Clan ensues with Karai's disguise exposed. The Turtles and Casey are outnumbered, but Raph returns, realizing his mistake, and Master Splinter appears to assist. With their combined efforts, they gain the upper hand, and Karai secures the loyalty of the elite guard. Afterward, she departs and tends to the Shredder's recovery in a hidden chamber, planning vengeance on the Turtles. In a new lair, Karai welcomes the healed Utrum Shredder and places him in the Shredder exosuit. Hun reveals that Baxter Stockman's brain was used to create remote-controlled foot mech ninjas, including replicas of world leaders and Splinter. Shredder decides to send the foot mech Splinter to destroy the Turtles. In the city sewers, the Turtles meet a Triceraton named Zog, who mistakes them for commanders. They investigate a security breach and find two Master Splinters, leading to a chaotic battle. Donatello traces the remote control, leading to Shredder's Frighter. Battles ensue inside while Mikey and Zog fend off foot ninjas outside. A massive explosion occurs on the freighter, and Shredder appears to meet his end in the flames. The Turtles escape, mourning Zog's heroic sacrifice, and a helicopter piloted by Karai retrieves Shredder, hinting at his survival, while Baxter Stockman's brain remains intact underwater. On a rooftop, a mysterious figure materializes and uses a water-based mirror to locate Leonardo. He finds and challenges Leo to a duel on the Brooklyn Bridge, and as Leonardo seemingly defeats his opponent, the ninja tries to kill him with green dust, but Leo survives. The visiting ninja surrenders, and the group is about to celebrate when he summons a mystical dragon to attack them. Just in time, a colossal warrior revealed to be the daimyo arrives and scolds his son. Daimyo awards Leonardo with a pair of katanas and commends him for upholding the legacy of ninjutsu. The daimyo and his son leave through a puddle, leaving the Turtles with questions. The Turtles, after following Splinter into an interdimensional realm through a portal, engage and unexpectedly win a preliminary match, encountering the mystical referee Gyoji and facing a force field preventing them from assisting Splinter in a battle against the giant named D-Jin, who turns out to be an old friend. D-Jin introduces them to the Battle Nexus, a tournament that Splinter once won, and tells the story of Splinter, the ultimate daimyo, and Usagi Yojimbo thwarting the dishonorable Draco. They are invited to participate, and Leonardo's swords are repaired. In the Pavilion of Past Champions, Leonardo narrowly escapes assassination by Dark Ninja assassins with the aid of Miyamoto Usagi, and they fend off multiple attacks. Afterward, the Battle Nexus tournament commences with various fights, including Donatello's elimination in the first round. In the second round, Leonardo faces Usagi, Raph fights Traximus, and Mikey battles Splinter. Meanwhile, the Ultimate Ninja plots revenge and poisons Leonardo during their fight. Leonardo lies poisoned, leading Usagi and Donatello to help him, while Splinter and the Ultimate Ninja arrive in the Healer's Pavilion and later face Dark Ninja assassins. Meanwhile, in Bazaar Street, Michelangelo unwittingly provokes a fight with Clue, and Raph's interaction with Traximus leads to a decision to rescue Splinter after learning he's been framed for the daimyo's attack. As the Battle Nexus tournament continues, Mikey strategically switches opponents, defeating Raphael and earning unexpected assistance from Traximus. Amidst the chaos, tensions rise as Leo's condition worsens. Splinter faces accusations and imprisonment, and the stage is set for a showdown with the growing threat of the Dark Ninja assassins. In the Healer's Pavilion, assassins attempt to kill the daimyo, but Dawn and Usagi thwart them. However, more assassins arrive, setting the stage for a confrontation. Usagi and Donatello fend off Dark Ninja assassins, protecting the wounded daimyo. The Ultimate Ninja's betrayal and Draco's power struggle escalate, leading to an interdimensional rift that threatens to consume everyone. With teamwork and courage, the heroes prevent disaster, but the Ultimate Ninja and Draco are lost to the rift. Raphael and Traximus rescue Splinter, and Michelangelo, with some unexpected help, wins the Battle Nexus tournament. The daimyo acknowledges Mikey as the new champion and reflects on his son's fate, while the Turtles and Splinter return home where sibling rivalry persists. The episode ends with a glimpse of an impending Triceraton invasion, setting the stage for future adventures. And on this note, our recap comes to an end. Was it among your favorites when you were little? Do let us know in the comments, and as for everything else, drop us a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Cartoon Mania for more awesome tunes like this recapped on your feed. With that said, we'll see you in the next one. Peace!